relocated to Lagos at 25. She joined the local church to find solace and community. Her angelic voice quickly earned her a spot in the choir. Within months, she rose to become the choir mistress, thanks to her exceptional talent and leadership skill. No one doubted her. Her soft demeanor and makeup and graceful gait left everyone convinced she was a woman. Her fame spread beyond the church walls. Members of the congregation whispered about her beauty, and young men vied for her attention, though she politely declined all advances. One Sunday morning, the church announced a 3-day revival. A renowned prophet, known for his discerning spirit, was invited to minister. Kelechukwu felt a pang of anxiety, though she had perfected her disguise over the years. The thought of standing before a man reputed to see hidden truths unnerved her. On the second day of the revival, the prophet paused mid-sermon, scanning the congregation with piercing eyes. His gaze fell on Kelechukwu. "You," he said, pointing directly at her, "the Lord has a word for you." The congregation turned toward Kelechukwu, their faces expectant. The prophet continued, "You have lived a life of disguise, but God sees beyond appearances. There is a battle in your soul, a cry for understanding. It is time to step into the light and embrace your purpose." Kelechukwu's heart pounded. She felt exposed, as if the walls she had carefully built over the years were crumbling. But the prophet did not reveal her secret outright. Instead, he offered words of grace and redemption, urging her to find peace with her past. After the service, Kelechukwu retreated to her room, tears streaming down her face. Memories of her childhood, her struggles, her decision to live as a woman flooded her mind. She knew she couldn't continue living in lie, but the fear of rejection loomed large. Ikechukwu decided to write a letter to the pastor. She wouldn't be around for the next 6 months. She would be traveling to see her mother and would be away for a very long time. Kelechukwu sat in her room, thinking of how to live like a man. She decided to change location and join another church. On her first visit to the new church, a brother noticed her with a sonorous voice as they sang the hymns of that day. After service, the brother met her at the back of the auditorium, introduced himself as Ife. "You're welcome to our place of worship. Hope you had a great time during the service." "Yes, thank you. We would like to see you again in our church." Alright. Kelechukwu sat and filled the first-timer form with all her details. That same day, by evening, Ife called her to thank her for worshiping with them and that she's welcomed anytime as they would like to have her around again. "You have a beautiful voice." "Thank you." Weeks later, Ife called Kelechukwu and invited her to a dinner organized by the church for matured singles and young couples. The program starts by 6 p.m. Hope to see you there. Alright, no problem. Thanks for the invite. 6 months after Ife met Kelechukwu, both sat at the back of the auditorium. Ife decided to let Kelechukwu know how he felt about her. Kelechukwu, if you would give me the chance, I would like to marry you. Kelechukwu laughed. Ife, marry who? I am not ready for such engagements now. I just want to serve God. That's good. But serving God would not stop you from getting married. We will both serve God as a couple. Ife, please, let's discuss something else. But this is what I want to discuss with you. Or do you want to become a reverend sister? Ife, please let me be. Okay, maybe when I'm ready. Good. I will wait for you. A year later, Ife decided to discuss the matter again. He put a call through to Kelechukwu. Hi Kelechukwu, how are you doing today? I'm fine, how are you doing too? I'm fine too, just thinking about you. I don't know if it will be okay for us to hang out tomorrow together. Beach. Tomorrow, I'm engaged. I have some things to attend to. Okay, what about Saturday? Alright, Saturday is okay. No problem. I'll get prepared on Saturday. They met at a point. They both agreed to meet. They got a taxi to take them to the beach. While on the bridge, on their way to the beach, the driver lost control and the taxi somersaulted and landed upside down. The rescue team were there to help them. They were all rushed to the general hospital and were taken to the ward where emergency were attended to. The pastor of a former church saw Kelechukwu on the TV while the news was going on. He had just discovered that Kelechukwu was involved in an accident as their pictures were put up. The hospital where she was announced, and the doctor in charge. The pastor decided to visit the hospital to see Kelechukwu and how she was faring. In the hospital, Kelechukwu was unconscious, but Ife only had bruises on his body. He was the one answering questions for both of them. She's my friend, he said with a very soft voice. A nurse that was supposed to pass catheter for passage of urine from Kelechukwu screamed as she realized she's with a male genital organ. Doctor, please come and see. Am I seeing well? A lady or a man? If he turned from his bed, what are you saying? She's my friend. The nurse replied, this is not a she, it's a he. Kelechukwu was still unconscious. If he managed to get up to see for himself. How come? He asked. But she's my friend. I have known her for 1 year and 6 months now. She's a lady. What happened? Please check very well. Let me see her face again. She's the one. But doctor waits as Ife managing his words. How come? This is the face of a woman, but the genital of a man. Calm down, Mr. Ife. You need to be fine first. Allow her to come around and be well. Then we can find out the mix-up. 3 days after, Kelechukwu became fully conscious. She opened her eyes to see she was in the hospital. When she realized her secret, she tried to rush out of the bed, only to see Ife on the other bed. "Nurse!" Ife called out. "She is awake!" The nurse and the doctor rushed into the ward. "Very good. You are awake. How do you feel?" "I'm fine." The doctor and nurse were shocked to hear a beautiful voice like that of an angel from a man. "Your friend said you are Kelechukwu." "Yes, I am." "You will be discharged tomorrow." "Your pastor is here. He's been waiting to see you," with an elderly woman. The pastor with the elderly woman came into the ward. Ife, the doctor, and the nurse were all there. The pastor asked, "Sister Kelechukwu, how come? What did I hear? Who are you?" Kelechukwu was speechless. She realized her identity has been revealed. Then, Pastor remembered how Kelechukwu became the choir mistress. The vibrant sound of the choir echoed through the massive church, filling every corner with an angelic harmony that moved even the most stoic hearts. At the center of it all was Kelechukwu, the choir mistress, who led with a voice so divine that it seemed otherworldly. Her beauty was equally captivating. Silky hair, flawless skin, and an elegant voice that made her the pride of the church. But behind her radiant smile and sonorous voice lay a secret that would shake the congregation to its core. Kelechukwu, born as Ikechukwu, was a man. Ikechukwu had always felt different, born to conservative parents in a small village. He grew up struggling with an inner conflict he couldn't explain. By the time he was 16, the realization hit him like a thunderbolt. He felt he was meant to be a girl. His delicate features, slender frame, and soft voice only fueled the confusion. Then the pastor asked, "Sister Kelechukwu, what happened? Can you please explain?" Kelechukwu, with tears streaming down her face, suddenly remembered. On a fateful day, a visiting preacher told his mother about an unexplained a spiritual battle that almost claimed her life. The preacher hinted that her unborn child had been touched by forces beyond understanding. This revelation left Ikechukwu wondering if his identity has somehow linked to the mystery. At 17, after moving to a distant city for schooling, Ikechukwu made a bold decision. He began dressing like a girl, adopting the name Kelechukwu. The compliment flooded in. "You're so beautiful," strangers would exclaim. Slowly, Kelechukwu emerged as her full identity, leaving Ikechukwu in the shadows of the past. Ikechukwu wept as she remembered her past. And that was how I relocated to Lagos, just to be far away from the people that knew me as a boy. And then I joined the church. The elderly woman put her hand on Ikechukwu's shoulder, her eyes filled with tears. "Child of God, God loves you, and God's love knows no boundaries. You are still His creation. You need to ask God for forgiveness and return to Him as He created you. He created you for a purpose with the beautiful voice you have. He created you a male and not a female. Be proud of who you are." If he couldn't believe his ears, "You mean you are a man? The devil is a liar. Look at you, causing confusion." Kelechukwu, now Ikechukwu, apologized for his deceptive look if he left the hospital in annoyance. The next day, the pastor was in the hospital to take Ikechukwu home. From the hospital, he was taken to a salon where the lace wig was removed and Ikechukwu's real look was seen. The pastor drove Ikechukwu to the church where he was a choir mistress. During a service, in few minutes, I would like you to listen to this. The pastor said, "Our very own sister Kelechukwu, who was our choir mistress, is back, but with a real identity." Ikechukwu came up the pulpit. "I am Kelechukwu to you all. The very Kelechukwu you knew then. But I was born Ikechukwu," he began, his voice quivering. "I have lived a life of confusion and fear, trying to reconcile who I am, who I was told to be. I sought refuge in this church, hoping to find love and acceptance. Today, I lay my truth before you, asking for your understanding." The silence was deafening. Faces reflected shock, confusion, and even betrayal. But then, slowly, one by one, members of the congregation stood up. Revelation marked the beginning of a new journey for Ikechukwu. He served his discipline given to him by the church. Some members left the church, unable to accept the truth. Many others rallied around Ikechukwu. He remained in choir, but sang with a newfound freedom. His voice carrying the raw emotion of a soul unburdened. His story inspired others to confront their own hidden struggles, and the church became a beacon of hope and redemption. Ikechukwu's journey was far from over, but for the first time, he felt truly seen, not just for his beauty or his voice, but for the person he was inside. Welcome to 2025, the new year we all longed for. I would say, to accomplish your goals, your purpose this new year, please be yourself. Do not fake your identity. Or have you been struggling with accepting your real self, like Ikechukwu, who became Kelechukwu? I want to encourage you today to be bold like Ikechukwu this new year. Face your fears, be yourself, and trust God as you work hard. So doing, you will have a prosperous new year. Happy New Year, my besties, with love from the stable of your storyteller, African Tales by Ewa. This is wishing you a prosperous 2025. Thank you for watching my story. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share with your loved ones. Give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate your time spent on my channel. I do not take your support for granted. Until I come your way again with another interesting and educating story. Bye for now.